Thank you for talking with me. I'm curious if you could just tell me a little bit about your farm.
Well, we've been certified organic since '95, and we're a family farm. It's me and my son and my wife, so we don't have any hired help. We grow hay, alfalfa hay, and we grow spelt and black beans and yellow corn. And actually, this year is the first year in quite a while that we grew soybeans. So we farm around 1,000 acres of land. Like I said, our first field was certified in '95, and then after that, then as our farm grew, we just kept everything that comes in gets certified.
And 95 was earlier than a lot of folks in the organic movement. I'm curious why you started farming organically, and why is it that you continue to?
Well, we started organically to get away from chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, the children were young, and of course they wanted to be by their dad. And if let's say we were spraying that day, well, Dad had to come in and change his clothes and take a shower before they could touch them. And we really, really wanted to get away from chemicals. And of course, we were back then. There wasn't a lot of money in commercial farming, and organics had a premium attached to it. And at that time, it was a lot smaller, and it looked like it would work for me. So that's what we did, and it's worked real well. I remember when we started, I thought, this organic thing won't last real long, but it lasted a long time. So
I'm really curious always about some of the nitty gritty about how farmers are managing soil, and how you think about soil on your farm.
Well, soil is a resource. If you manage it correctly, it'll continue to be a good resource for you. So managing soil is important. That's crop rotations and cover crops, lots of cover crops.
A lot of folks they hear those words, but they're not really familiar with why people plant those. Could you tell me a little bit about why you use cover cropping?
Cover cropping is a way to protect your soil. Actually, it's a soil building practice is what it is. When you grow cover crop that is knee high and work it back into the soil, you're actually making some topsoil. So and then of course alfalfa, any narrow seeded crop is better than a row crop, like a corn and bean rotation. So cover crops produce organic matter for the soil, gives it better water holding capacity. I mean, the only negative about cover crops is they're in your way when you go out to plant something. So,
is that any different from how you were farming before you transitioned to organic?
Before I transitioned to organic, I was doing a zone tillage, so I wasn't really a fall plow guy. I was already growing, and I was just tilling in zones, and then I went to organic. So we don't plow. We do till our ground to plant our corn and beans, but probably about 40% of our acreage is in hay and spelt.
And why is it that you started to grow spelt?
Well, at one time I grew some wheat and some spelt, and then I just decided to grow all spelt so I don't contaminate my spelt. It's hard to get the combine cleaned out. Spelt offered a specialty market with a premium.
Sure.
Anybody can grow wheat, so If we're going to go through these motions, we need to, if we grow wheat or we can grow something that's special, we'll just grow the specialty crop.
Do you know, I'm curious where your spelt comes from. One of the things that I'm always interested in is the stories of grains. And I don't know if you know anything about the history of that particular varietal. It's all right if you don't, but curious if you do.
What, the variety of spelt that we grow?
Yeah.
Well, that's, we actually grow sun gold, so I don't know if you knew that or not. So were you aware of that?
Yeah, I am. I've got it labeled as golden spelt, but...
Okay, well, that's yeah, so that actually was developed by, I think, Grice Seed. That's where I originally got it. And I had gotten some, I don't know, I can't tell you what year it was, sir, but I've probably been in my own seed for 15 years.
When you say it was developed, I know some folks don't understand what that means in terms of was that spliced, was that crossbred, was that genetically modified? What?
That wouldn't be genetically modified. I guess I don't know the exact breeding process to sun gold, but that's what we're using is sun gold. But I don't know if it was bred from Overcomer or Roquin, or how the process would happen. That would have happened in Ohio, but I'm not exactly sure what it was bred from.
All right. Lastly, I'm curious. You grow food, and there's not a lot of transparency in the grains industry. To get into what people know about the food they're putting on their plates. I'm just curious. Is there anything you wish that people knew? The people who eat your food, is there anything you wish they knew about how you farm and about your work?
The people that eat my food, or the people that eat food in general?
Your food. Is there anything you wish people knew?
Oh, I don't know, sir, but I think in general, people don't know where their food came from. When they buy a bag of flour, or they buy whatever, mac and cheese, or whatever it is that they're buying that's got a grain in it, even oatmeal, they don't understand how many times it's been sprayed. Even they were desecrating oatmeal, so I don't know if you knew that. So did you know that?
About oatmeal, that it's sprayed so many times?
Well, when you buy Quaker oatmeal from the store, you think, well, that's pretty healthy. Well, to help with harvest, they were spraying oats. Normally, they would swath oats. Yeah. Then they would let it dry, and then they would harvest it. Now, and some farmers are spraying their oats with Roundup to kill it, and then they harvest it standing, so it saves them the swathing.
So they're not spraying Roundup to control weeds. They're spraying Roundup literally to kill the crop that they've grown.
Yes, and then in our area grows quite a few edible beans, like navy beans and black beans. They do the same with those beans. Is they get up, but they're not ready to harvest, and they go and they spray them. They desecrate them, so everything that's green is brown. And I don't think people understand what they're eating. But as far as what I want them to know about my spelt is that it's growing on soil that's alive, and it's comes from a family farm, not a large commercial operation with 10,000 acres. It's a smaller or medium-sized farm. It's a family-owned and family-run.
Gene, thank you so much for talking to me today. I'm really excited to put this up and to get folks some information about a kind of food that is very mysterious to a lot of people. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the packaging right now. I'm about to package this pancake mix here. And,
Yeah, so you have a spelt pancake mix?
I do, yeah. I'm starting a series where I want to feature individual farmers and the work that they do, and I'm featuring folks who are building topsoil like you are, and have a concern for the health of people and also the health of local ecosystems, and I just want to be able to tell the stories of a lot of local farmers around here, because I think there's a kind of renaissance happening, particularly in grains around Chicago, that a lot of folks don't know about and don't have a way of knowing about. And I hope that's a value that I can provide to folks as they get a little more educated about food.
Yeah, I make my own spelt bread.
Oh, yeah?
I don't really, yeah, wheat is not wheat in general, especially if you have arthritis. Wheat causes inflammation. If you get away from wheat, you'll be healthier. And I'm sure some of your products have wheat in them. But
we do.
We
We use heirloom varieties of wheat. Yeah.
What's that?
We use heirloom varieties of wheat.
Yeah. So, our family here, we want to just stay away from wheat. We're trying to eat the least amount of wheat as possible. So we make our own I make the spelt bread myself, and then if we have pizza or something, I'll make pizza crust. I mean, we make spelt cookies, and not that we don't eat no wheat, but you'll have less inflammation if you get rid of the wheat and just eat spelt.
And if folks want to find you, if folks are more curious about you, or if folks do you have any products that you sell directly to people, or are you mostly selling into other businesses that do?
No, I just like my spelt. I sell to different mills. Mm-hmm. Smaller mills mainly, and so I don't really sell anything direct.
All right.
So no direct sales. I'd have to have small. I'd have to have somebody bag them in small quantities, and I'd have to ship them out. I just don't do that.
Well, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to shuttle the good work that you're doing to the people who want it.
If you could, sir, I'm going to ask you a favor.
Sure. What's that?
If you could send me a sample of your spelt pancake mix.
Of course I will. What is the best address to send it to?
My address is 909 Bay City, Forestville Road.
I'm sorry, is that Bay City, B-A-Y?
B-A-Y-C-I-T-Y, Forestville. That's the name of my road that I live on.
Okay.
Bay City, Forestville, and my town is Minden City, M-E-N, and that is Michigan. And then it is my zip is 48456.
All right, I'll send that out to you today.
Okay, very good. I'll be looking forward to it.
All right, it's a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.